Brother, I'm gonna kill myself. Okay. My phone's Wi-Fi was going out too, which is bizarre considering I did not do anything that could have affected the router itself, to my knowledge. Maybe I touched it weird? Is it possible that I touched it weird? That's why the router don't talk. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. Fuck it. Yeah, I don't know. I unplugged the router, plugged it back in. Hopefully works now. I think God hates you. I think he does. I think he does. You think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. A different suspect was arrested at the other crime scene. Lana. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So how'd it go? Says Mr. Wright suspects the police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Yup. Plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind the simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean. But Lana, don't tell me. Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. We discovered traces left by a certain person. Yup. Jake Marshall. He murdered that motherfucker. That's the Donald Trump card. In order to defend my sister, you're gonna accuse Mr. Marshall. We have to play the cards we're dealt. Okay. Cautiously optimistic regarding the Wi-Fi. Well, let me find Jeb Bush, it's over, we're back tweet. No, not the fucking iFunny watermark. Okay. We're still back? Alright. It's safe to tweet the Jeb Bush image, sir. Anyway. Play the cards we're dealt. Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Do what you think is right, Mr. Wright. Missed a great layup there. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is gay. I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach criminal affairs from the prosecutor's office. The victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Clearly we're dealing with wormholes here. He was telefragged. It's one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on. That's supposed to be an admirable trait? Yup. Very well. Let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Things are getting wild from the get-go. Whoa, where's this wacky case gonna take us next? Not in the mood for this, Phoenix. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir, I'm Officer Mike Meakin, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. Okay. Case closed. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You gotta believe me, sir. You hear that thunderstorm in Rome that killed about 30 horses at once? No. It's like the fuck these 3 fish in particular picture, but it's fuck these 30 horses in particular. Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. I'm one of the good ones, though, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Horses don't stop, they keep going. So true. There was a thunderstorm in Rome that killed about 30 horses. So I've heard. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Neo ps, 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 followed. Thank you. Though it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I killed him, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. Blew his head smooth off. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. Average cop. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Why? You work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir! I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir! Yikes! Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Oh, fuck! We finally get to use it! Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the head detective, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir, and you fucked it up. Idiot. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed in here, right? There it is! I found it! This is the one right here. Can you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh. But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice. What? Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated Blue Badger to the evidence room, and the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. Ah, I see. So it was during that second time when... Yes, sir! That's when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay, I guess it's not that weird. I was only following orders, sir! Death penalty! So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? Why? What happened? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You weren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash in my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... ... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar, and I kissed him. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I sucked his dick! Squid Games! I know I don't really look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. It's always right to victim blame a cop. True. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. What? Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then next thing I knew... Yeah? He punched me right in my face, sir. For that, I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake. Okay, it doesn't sound like you murdered him at all, actually. He laid him down and ate it! No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Ah, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. I sucked his dick clean off. Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. No, we don't. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regards to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief? Delivered it? What is that? Videotape? You're that ninja. Metal Gear? Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. Contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. Motherfucker! Stop! Stop introducing evidence, dude! You can't do that! It's not fair! I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told that it had been mistakenly erased. It's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at, sir. I have to return some videotapes. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Dude, these guys suck. We should kill them. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video. The video? Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. Okay. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? The opening scene of Better Call Saul where his where his clients get shown a video of them sawing off a guy's head and fucking it. Power of the Nintendo DS. Truly impressive. Uh-huh. Five Nights at Freddy's! Wow, that doesn't show us anything. Your Honor, this straight up doesn't mean anything. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Dude, he said hell! He can't say that! Dude! Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir! It's the Blue Badger, sir! Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Edgeworth. Dude, he said hell like Shadow the Hedgehog. What the fuck? Well, yes, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room and some sort of activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Love a good bit. Mario gets to say hell. He's the only Nintendo character allowed to have an understanding of the afterlife. Well, this isn't technically a Nintendo character. This is a Capcom character published on a Nintendo console. All right? It's different. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. But there's no question that other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. Locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Unless he stole his hand from his body. Phoenix is in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the same as being in Smash. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. It's dialectical, you see. Phoenix Wright has reportedly mistaken Fichte's dialectics for Hegel's. How do you pronounce that guy's name anyway? Is it Fichte or just Ficht? Let's Google this. It is Fichte.
Fichte.
Alright, I shouldn't have doubted myself. Old Ficky. He a bad man ting, rude boy. Phoenix is so jaded he automatically thinks this guy is lying. No faith or love. No, he just believes that through the power of the immortal science of dialectical materialism, anything is possible. But it is always safe to assume that a cop is lying no matter what. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? The face of the man who attacked you with a knife? No! If you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter. Man, shut the fuck up. But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you're the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at him. I'm not the kind of guy who just looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Dude, he has autism! Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it. ACAB includes GRS. No, 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 no. There's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw him. You never saw his face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Yes, you must! Actually, you must! Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Exclamation mark! Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares disturbing, or brother, I'm gonna kill you. The fuck was that? Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. GRS stands by Ed the Fed. Why is that a Fed now? Now please be more certain when you testify. Greg the FBI Italian. He scared Meekins into committing autoerotic asphyxiation. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. Okay. I mean, he opened the locker, which requires Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. You know what kind of methods he tried? If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to the registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? Massadston, CIA Andrin, and KGB GK. Massadston is crazy. The workers in the department cafeteria, sir, they keep me informed, sir. They also listen to my romantic trouble, sir. I have erectile dysfunction, sir. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. So it must have been him. No one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video, the man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. It was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. Into his body. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. He's giving me a hint. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again! Is there a problem with the security video? Well, let's see. Fuck, I have to watch this again. Looks like the light was already on before he opened it. Does that mean anything? Jesus Christ, man. Did something fall from the locker when he opened it? Yes. There's several problems here. Also, is that a handprint on what's-his-face? The Blue Badger? Putting this GIF on my Tumblr blog. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. That thing doesn't look anything like a badger. They're cops. They don't know anything. Strange. This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not be Detective Goodman. This video contains such a contradiction. Does Austin not go to Buc-ee's? We don't have Buc-ee's in North Carolina, sorry. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out. You don't have Buc-ee's? What do you have, then? What the fuck is Buc-ee's? A chain of country stores, gas stations? It's a convenience store. We have Bass Pro Shops. We have Bass Pro Shop and Target is what we have. All right? We don't have Buc-ee's. I don't know what the fuck Buc-ee's is. He literally doesn't know Buc-ee's. I don't know what the hell it is. Well, wait, hold on. North Carolina is getting its first Buc-ee's store. Hold on. Okay. Mebane City? Where the fuck is that? Oh, it's by... God damn it, of course it's by fucking Durham and Greensboro. Can't get shit in Charlotte, man! Fuck! Mebane? What did I say, Mebane?
Mabin.
Oh, no, it's Mabin. Huh. Or Mebun? How the... Okay, what is going on? Hold on a second. North Carolina's...
North Carolina. Ooh, I checked out Mebane, a host guy, Conto. Love that place.
Don't make fun of me.
Manteo.
No, don't make fun of me. Just tell me how it's pronounced. Stop it. Mebane. Mebun?
Mabin.
What the fuck is Google? What do you mean? What do you mean, Mabin? Austin learns about the cities of the state he spent 20 years in for the first time. I don't go near Greensboro. What do I gotta do in Greensboro? Mebane and Mebane on my yellow leg. You low-key can't make fun of American city names because half of them are taken from Native Americans. True. So-called leftists. I don't know, I've never been to Greensboro! Folks! Alright. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright! Call me when they make a Kingsborough? No. Can make fun of the town that changed their name to a radio show as a marketing gimmick. Guerrilla Radio Show. Yeah, I'm going to Guerrilla Radio Show, North Carolina. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching the video. Dude, you know, I'm gonna replay the part of him getting stabbed over and over. Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman? Take that! The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, its sensor reads your fingerprint. If the print matches the registered data, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. Use your one town name to rename Travis the Chimp's home down to Travisgrad. Travisgrad would be funny. Travisgrad could work too, but I think Travis Grod rolls off the tongue better, don't you think? Hold on, Stamford, Connecticut population. Oh damn, they actually kind of have a lot of people there. I was gonna say, if it's got like 10,000, just fucking, they don't need to vote on it. I can just overrule them, I think. I have more followers than there's people in that town, so they don't count. But no, it is a city, actually, of 136,000. Travistan. No, Travistan doesn't work as good. Travis Grod. I like Travis Grod. Okay, anyways. According to my very limited experience, it's the way I understand it, sir. Did you commission a bronze statue of Travis the Chimp and have it placed outside his old house? I don't know that... I mean, I could, like, see if I could buy their property, I guess. I'm sure someone else owns that property by now. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Ah! Order. Order. What's the meaning of this? Yup, one thing about him, he loves to say that. It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. Ah, well, it's quite simple, you see. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. Phoenix, this is... Mods, he's god modding. He's god modding. He's not role-playing right. He's cheating. Mods, the admin said you have to let me win this one. The locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. The locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know. Must have been broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, just goes to show how novices should keep their mouth shut. Oh, dude. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the electronic system? Something jam the sensor? Say, something else that seems out of place in this video. Yup, it's a little piece of paper that fell. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are open. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car doors. fuck. Mike Harder. We can't be sure that the item was in the locker to begin with. What do you mean by that? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Hiccup. Inserted? Let's just ruminate on this one for a second. Saul did this to Howard Hamlin. Low key. Dude, butt sex! This white thing wasn't inside the locker. That's no way to talk about the deceased detective, sir. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. Okay. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits that description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean... Oh, I mean... Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? I mean, it's gotta be the rubber glove, right? I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. Bing! The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lamp attests to this. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Does it fit, though? Judge, I'd like to ask the defendant to please insert their hand into this glove. Is that not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir! He just hung himself on the spot. Order, order, order. What's the meaning of this? So are we to believe, then, that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? No, 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 Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. Doesn't that, contradict your case a bit, though? If he was... Like, is he... Who's on which side here, man? Why is Edgeworth disagreeing with this? Like, he could very easily just say, oh, yeah, it wasn't him. Guess he really was in the parking garage getting murdered by your client, the defendant. But instead, he's very insistent that wormholes are involved somehow. Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Has nobody mentioned that Meekins straight up didn't kill anybody? Yeah, I do like the fact that he just objectively on video did not kill anyone, but instead got punched in the fucking head so hard he passed out. I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well. Begin your testimony. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. I found his ID card in the parking garage, though. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Why does Meekins have the Wu-Tang logo on his head? The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, huh? Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using the room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on edge. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, me too, in excitement, because I love when police die. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now, let's move on to the cross-examination. Hearing extremely violent in my DS game changed me as a teen. Dude, Edgeworth said hell earlier. That's fucked up. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. Unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Solid as stone, sir. My hand wasn't wrapped in bandages. I'd even give the V for victory sign, sir. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear about it. The witness can't afford to make any more mistakes. To enter the evidence room, yeah, I know this. Is that card hanging from your neck one of those ID cards? Someone take away his bullhorn. It kind of sucks. We kind of gotta kill him, I think. This card right next to my cuff, sir. Keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck in the car door when I get out? Well, the remaining time, my ID card gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. Alright, man. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman? What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. Not that fucking prosecutor again. Maybe that Schwink's behind it all. Mommy, is that blue man in blue a murderer? We hate your pussy! It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let's continue with the cross-examination. Who brought their kid to a murder trial? That kid's on jury duty. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. They say that every other line in this game at this point. Alright. Funny you say that. What? 2 kids have jury duty in Japan? What's happening? Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir, he didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked? Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What's up? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth missed something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show him what we got. I mean, just in case this for some reason isn't the answer. Objection! It is, though. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not going to wait, sir! I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. No, the fuck it doesn't, Your Honor. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report? It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Oh, see, I would have never even thought of that. It's good that the game did that for me. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card, right? Can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Interesting. Order, order, what's the meaning of this? I'm gonna say that every time, because he does it every other time, so it's gonna be right half the time. So what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order, order, order! What's the meaning of this? Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. He's gonna say the F slur. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? He gets hard from the praise. What? What's up? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What the fuck is he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That's... Well, I guess that's right. You fucking idiot! Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. No, wait. Well. It seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the I pointed this out earlier. What the fuck are you doing, Phoenix? Just don't even... Oh. He's using Phoenix's, like, fucking special need... Not special need. That's a horrible... malapropism, is that the word I'm looking for? His, like... What's the word I'm looking for? He's obsessed with the truth. He's autistic and his hyperfixation is the truth. His special interest? Yeah, that works too. His special need, that is not what that's different. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only have taken place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Fuck! Shit! I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. Fuck, dude! The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana is fucked! What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Let's wait and see what happens. Objection, Your Honor. Objection! Your Honor, he's doing it sideways! What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? Instead, you walked into my trap! This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of this matter. Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, Your Honor? It's crazy that I got out in like 4 seconds before the camera swiveled back. He's fucking fast as shit. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We've not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Yup. Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name? I called to the stand. Gumshoe! Take that! Officer Jake Marshall. Why? Can't let him know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Oh, you silly boy, you've fallen for my trap again. Call Edgeworth to the stand so there's nobody to prosecute and you win by default. The judge said if the prosecution doesn't show up in 15 minutes, class is canceled. The greedy gulper. No matter what I do, it picks up the fucking gulping. Fuck, it got that! I thought I was safe. Well, since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Austin finding a way to drink without giving Nick a way to edit him sucking butthole. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. What if I said supponade, just to piss you guys off? Dude, he got subponed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court in recess. Subpoena sounds like Lois Griffin saying something racy. Pena. Subpoena. No. Come on. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean by that? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his Motherfucker, I'm your lawyer! How can you be so cold? Stop! There's nothing funny about subpoenas! You know Peter loves getting his pumpkin eaten. Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Why did you say that? You just know Peter loves to get his pumpkin eaten. Ooh! Why am I being gnomed? Ooh! You think Peter does the laugh when he climaxes? You want to know what I think Peter sounds like when he climaxes? You want to know what I think about that Batman?
Peter, the horse is here.
Holy
Hold on, wait, that's not the right Betty.
Where'd you go, my little pumpkin eater?
holy fuck. I'm coming. Holy fuck. I'm coming.
Holy fuck. You can't set me up for those. You can't do that. We lost 20 viewers for that. You see what you did? This is your fault. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh no, you were just interrupting Peter Griffin cum montage. Guess I am. I'll come back later. Okay, bye. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve making a detective run all around while on duty, and on top of it, you call me here. I've seen people happier at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey, 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 hey! Hey, I didn't see you there, Miss Sky. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh, ho, 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 ho. You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Hour of silence randomly interrupted by Coming Peter playing in the background of your gameplay. Slater Griffin. The secret version of Family Guy that only gay people know about is so good. Hour of silence, Peter coming. That's an actual video. 1 hour of silence, occasionally broken by Peter Griffin coming. Okay, yeah, for sure. Let's see it. Let's see what you got, big dog. I just assume any sound effect has an hour of silence version. We can use our inside voice sometimes, Austin. Oh, am I being too loud? For in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me.
Peter must have his pumpkin eaten, and every day that he doesn't, people will die. Starting tonight.
Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I brought them here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Skye was a witness? Uh-huh. I'm piecing things together in my head right now. Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Yeah, I guess not. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless? No, it couldn't be. Lana, the SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. Joe Dark? The Joker killings? No. No, Lana! It's over with. No! Emma, wait. She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta go. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. The Joe Darker. Why so unilluminated, Batman? Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. We didn't start the fire.
Holy fuck! I'm coming! Lois!
Oh, it scared me. Why is it the whole thing? It's crazy, isn't it, Peter? Age-restricted video based on community guidelines. Posture check. Play it again. Oh, it'll happen again at some point. It's an hour of silence occasionally broken by Peter Griffin coming. Can you put it in 2 times speed? Yeah, sure. That seems like a good idea. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. Dog, let me read the fucking case files first, man. Criminal Joe Dark. Crime, serial murder. Sentence, death. Victims, Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. Head prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses, Lana Skye and Emma Skye. Investigation Task Force. Executive investigators, Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Head investigator, Bruce Goodman. Investigators, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. Okay, he was the head investigator. I'd need my head investigated. Oh, good lord, that's a lot of people. Why? What happened? Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the murders. I was like, what? What do you mean? Yo, you mean the murder victims? You mean that several murder victims? Yeah. I better take a good look at this file. To be continued. They're all cops, right? I have no idea. I mean, I guess so. I mean, it's implied. They said it involves extreme violence with the police, so I assume this is a serial cop murderer, which is good. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Holy fuck! I'm coming! Lois!
Okay. Austin, if you don't delete that tab. Thank you for giving me an out from that statement that I just made there, Peter. I'm telling Pickles, no, don't tell Pickles, please. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Emma didn't come back. Fuck, I don't have my helper. Austin's a deadbeat. I'm not a deadbeat. Is Pickles ML or anarchist? Well, he was sniffing that poster of Lenin, so I think he's ML. Well, not unfortunately. That's, you know, a neutral statement, I guess. Might be unfortunate for some of you to learn, but he was sniffing the Lenin poster, so he is a Leninist. Who's excited for Alex Garland's Elden Ring? Not me. I'm scared. They're gonna make an Elden Ring movie. It's gonna suck, and I'm gonna be embarrassed forever. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Witness, please state your name. Oh, wait a minute. If they said that the guy who got executed for the police murders in the SL9 incident was falsely accused, the police definitely just murdered some random guy because they wanted...
Holy fuck! I'm coming! Lois!
Because they wanted to bring someone to justice as retribution for the police killings. Political commentary. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trail to shut the fuck up. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. We gotta kill this guy. This witness sucks. Shoot Takumi does geopolitics shockingly well sometimes. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your He's fucking sick of these goddamn exuberant, fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? I know the word I'm looking for. Quirky. He's tired of quirky witnesses, people. We've had enough of the quirky witnesses. They're all quirky. We're tired of seeing it. We had a parrot last case. I don't want more quirky witnesses. He's lost the joy in it. He's just bitter. In English. The judge, if he was racist, also. Maybe. Austin hates Quirk Chungus. Low-key. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. And they said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected with 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say
Holy fuck, I'm coming! Lois!
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? Half speed? No. That can't, no. No. You don't get me to consider it. We're moving on. I mean, the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks inside the evidence room? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? Okay. He's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? Okay, fine. Fine. This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard press. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I didn't. I just make sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. Nothing unusual is recorded. Tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. Said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. Who was in there at 4:20? There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How's this guy avoid being fired? Unfortunately, I want him. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a goldmine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. It's quite, incredible. Sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. that he mentions it. Detective Gumshoe said something like that, too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon. Where the fuck? What do you mean, man? What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's Vongoli sepia pasta. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. Spaghetti Western, that's a good bit. It's alright. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want to raise this year?" Just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante. Where's Greg? I need Greg's stream. Greg was on with us yesterday. You missed him. He flew right by you. He hasn't done a solo War Thunder stream in a while, though. He's got other shit going on, man. How do I up the ante without just blasting that shit? Gregging myself? No. I mean, maybe I'll try. Okay, fine. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime, and yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite shrimple. You left behind a very large trail at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Greg has been taken out behind the barn with a shotgun. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? Seems to me there ain't a person in this room with his head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? It was the Cheeto dust. About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. I mean, it's not the scene of the crime, but let's, let's keep this momentum going. He was on his period. Low-key. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in the evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. Drinking in court? He's drinking water. It's fine. The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense... the defense may now true. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. His gay little fingerless gloves. It's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. That'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never changed. He must have been using the fingerprint lock without even knowing it. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Was it mine? It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker's covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. The fuck do you mean? He just not-awed me. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. It must feel good as fuck to be evidence in Ace Attorney and get updated. Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kind of like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. I mean, it's not always a type of murder. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. He's calling you gay. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? What murder? There was no murder in the evidence room. How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place his hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. It's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. It's for the birds. There's only one reality, and that's this. Security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your officer testimony, Marshal. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? Are you taunting me? What do you mean by that? Want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. That video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera is panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, he could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. I mean, he instinctively pulled out a knife. He's been using a knife to shave this whole time. One might draw a conclusion from that. What does it say again? AI 16. Nothing to do with the current case. What does it all mean? Check the tape again. The ring? Is he wearing a ring? I wish I could pause and rewind the fucking video check. No, like Ringu, the Ghost Girl movie. Oh, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Let me I feel like it's not in the video. Actually, the video is just called House. It's called Houseu? Might be walking right into the Might be walking right into Officer Marshall's trap. Better try and find out a little more information. Seems we should be moving back to the testimony. Very well. Officer Marshall, can you please give your testimony again? Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in the yup. Spray him with luminol testing fluid. Actually, it's pronounced GIF. GIF. Gotta try anyway, though. I think I just may have no choice. Let's show some evidence. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at this video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Nothing here? Question mark? I can't tell what that all is, but I'm gonna say nothing there. Five Nights at Freddy's. Dude, Five Nights at Fredworth! Jesus. He moved fast as fuck. What is that? What is he doing there? A lot of knives in this case. I mean, that's not the murder weapon. Am I allowed to point that out, maybe? Does that look kind of like, what's-his-face's knife? I'll just say that. There. How's that for evidence? Please allow me to apologize for my colleague, Your Honor. He gets carried away sometimes. Yes, well, this certainly isn't a first. Will you forgive him too, Officer Marshall? What if I fucking killed myself in front of you right now? Hold on a second. All right, everyone. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Holy fuck. I'm coming. Lois.
Lads, did the game lose audio? I don't think so. Did it? Capcom flew out Seth Mc... Wait, what? Did it happen? No. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way I missed it. Did anyone clip it at least? Jesus fucking Christ, man. All right. Let's try this again. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Wait a minute. I got it. I got it. I know what he did. I know what he fucking did. You fucking idiot. You dumbass. You piece of shit. Also, hold on. Let me see this clip. Let's see this. Wait, hold on, what's going on?
Fuck. I'm coming. Lois.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's good. It's good. And reblog. All right, back to the game. Now. Let's kill him. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. It's 8 words. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. See this locker that has a white cloth sticking out? This is the witness's locker. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. I think they misattributed that quote to the judge. Oh, the white cloth, it's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order! Order! Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Yeah, it does. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. Not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. He doesn't know. Chat, he doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. Okay. Maybe I will. fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Rookie mistake. You're cooked, brother. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? I only got 1 word for you, partner. No! Oh, okay. Okay. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I only got 1 word for you. Mustard! Sorry, that doesn't feel good to do, even ironically. I'm sorry, okay? Jeez. Let's just move on. I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. 1 word for you, Mr. Wright. Die. Dude, he's got his panic jerky out. He's jerking his shit. Olay, please answer the question. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. I was jerking on my shit, stroking on my shit. I thought this said DEI. Now, Link, you will DEI. It's a montage of Link taking a Zoom course on sensitivity in the workplace. He's calling Wright a gay diversity hire. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. That's so, then where was the witness? Seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Right here. What do you mean? Officer Marshall was standing right here. So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there. That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory. Your chamber's empty, partner. Better reload. What? Perhaps you should think a little more about where... V, maybe? Should I have done V? Maybe I should have done V. Officer Meekins should have seen him in this evidence room. Meekins is the killer, not the victim. That's stupid. That's leading! Leading, Your Honor! Dumb as shit, Your Honor. This game cheats, Your Honor. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There? But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman... Okay, what? You know what I wanted to say, you motherfucker. Correct, unless that man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. How did Detective Goodman respond? Suddenly pulled a knife on me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. The man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer's simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on the ID card. Ah, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? Got quite an imagination, partner. Got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? Jerk me off. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. Can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Mr. Wright, are you gonna let him make fun of my beard again? Do you have any evidence? Any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, no. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take I almost said the dessert heat. Jesus fucking crime cooked. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Act. This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Edgeworth is going to jump in for the assist. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? Austin's hungry ass. I'm low-key a little hungry. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Nick, try thinking outside the box. Get the fries. You'll need the energy in the coming days. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. I guess? Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, and it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of his locker seems to indicate that I would have said that. I knew that. He opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence for the videos my only... It's his fucking jacket with the blood on it, man. Very well, let's take another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. I assume it's because he got blood all over his... Is it Vlone or Vlone? What's the proper pronunciation here? I got blood on my Vlone. You think anyone ever fucked to this song? No, I don't think that. Vloner voice, Van Hatten. Get the Seabat guy on the phone. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know what the reason was yet. Yet? However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. a bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, huh, partner? Now then, Officer Marshall. What was that song called again? Hudson Mohawk Seabat official audio. Wait, hold on. I got a funny idea for a bit. Everyone bear with me. Bed squeaking sound effect. And clapping. This is too much for me. Austin, wake up.
Holy fuck. I'm coming. Whoa.
Okay. Isn't the thing that makes the Seabat sex funny is that he was thrusting to the rhythm of the melody? Maybe. I can't imagine. Was he counting? Okay, was he counting a note as an exit and a re-entry, or was he doing like an individual thrust for each note? Like, ding, 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 ding. Was he like triple tapping that shit? Sorry. Let's continue. Will you shut up, man? I might be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. Now then, Officer Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. Here's a link to that article about that thunderstorm in Rome that killed the 30 horses. Just like them horses. This is in Italian, so I'm going to try my best. Ooh, wait, Are you guys going to be mad at me if I read a word in Italian that sounds... I'll just... Hold on. 33 cavalli. 33 cavalli, inclusi puledri, sono stati trovati morti folgotri da una tempesta di fulmini che si abbattuta sui monti di Casalatico, Frosinone. Gli animali avevano cercato reparto sotto una fogata. Compartimento naturale, ma fatale in quelle circostanze. No, it's an Italian word. It's an Italian word. It's for fatal, I think. A beech tree. Hold on a second. Google Translate. Hold on. Oh yeah, that means Yeah, it means beech forest. Beech tree. Interesting. It's Italian for Austin. Will I get banned from Twitch for saying the F word in chat? No, it just won't send. You could, like, add a bunch of G's or T's. That's what Nick does. Gave a cheetah. Whoa, mamma mia. Hey, mamma mia.
Faggeta.
It does sound like Vegeta, actually.
Faggeta.
Sending this one to Greg. Who needs to fuse with Vegeta to get that? You could make a case for a Frieza Vegeta fusion being Vegeta. Because Frieza, maybe? I'm just saying Vegito doesn't make sense in English. It doesn't have to be one-to-one. It can just be Fajita. Fajita. My hungry ass. Austin. Shut up! Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, you were only half as persistent then as you are today. We all wouldn't have to be here, now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. Seems the time has come. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. He managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Fair enough. So the supposed victim was really you? But there's one thing I still don't understand. Large quantities of blood traces were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. Looked like too much blood for that. He was on his period. Tell the truth, you Ford truck son of a bitch. Had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? Yes, a mine incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. What did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? The SLUR incident. When a case is closed, only the detective who was in charge of it can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera and the detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. There's a fruit fly. Oh, there's a fruit fly in here. Where the fuck is he? Where'd he go? This is how how do you say that? Dan Bongino got his hands on the Epstein files. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. So, essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Normally, that locker shouldn't have opened. Excuse me. So it opened because a rubber glove was stuck in the door by chance? And Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. Why? Pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID, I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. Edgeworth gets so much influence. Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. Sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? The one I've been using to shave this entire time? So what happened next? I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. Security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I was considering something, that maybe the blood was on there before the fight was up with Officer Meekins from him having done the murder, but that wouldn't make sense, I don't think. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. Hatsune Meekins. So what you're saying is on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. The blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where's that evidence? Still missing, Your Honor. No good. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. You can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one's mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear him out. Can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Why? That case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for those crimes. One thing I can say for sure, he deserved a sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. But there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why he's so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is? I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. Better take another look at the files. Batman. Oh no, he doesn't elaborate on you know why. At least not yet. Sicilian case, everyone is related. No. Everyone is related to the case, the incident. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. Shut up. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't even fucking catch that. Oh, okay, I see. I genuinely did not catch that my first time around. Well, that was foolish of me. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you heard the name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Ah, now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. The case fell into your hands. What's his relation to you? He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gann, chief detective at the time. He took off his hat in respect. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Day killer? No, it's Joe Dark. two of them! Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. Jeff, the killer? He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records. What do you mean by that? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. That's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. I mean, kind of? More or less. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. Fuck, dude. Things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Hate to be rendered unconscious. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
Well, wait a minute. A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me the boys got the draw on you, partner. All the mysteries at the police department have been uncovered. No contradictions remain. No contradictions remain. The murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. There were no errors in the testimony of the witness, Angel Starr. There is no warrant, Ba Sing Se. If you have a response, make it one word or less. I got a word for you right here. Oh. I guess you could do that too. Soda! I rest my case. It seems the trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. I can't read that one. I hate that gay-ass finger bob that Edgeworth does. He loves to do a little gay-ass finger bob. There's no doubt that what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on security cameras tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Oh, you're stupid as fuck, buddy. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. The court finds this defendant... They love to do that. Your Honor, wait! Emma, the defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean? Mr. Wright. Are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. No. Well, I don't want to leave any loose ends. Oh, you fucked up, buddy. The volume of blood. Yeah, no, that's what I assume she's going to point out, which Phoenix probably should have pointed out. Just saying. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. I did forget to bring that up. I probably could have brought that up just to stall, even. So did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Okay. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. You interrupted court for this! I'm just an attorney. I'm just a girl. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. You're right, I make up bullshit all the time. Me? Oh boy. Emma should run Edgeworth over in her Kia. Time's up, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Why is Phoenix choking so hard right now that Edgeworth has to step in for him? Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be. Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Because he knows his dumbass boyfriend will give him a chance. Yes, Your Honor. If I've ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that hand? He's really been getting hard carried by the fucking Mia ghost up until now. He is just cracking. What could be wrong with the handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? No problem, it's fine. Sorry, I give up. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. He loves to say that shit when he doesn't know what he's gonna say yet. The only thing that seems clear is that you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at those floor plans. Grasp this cock, Edgeworth. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something has been drawn on there? Yup. Something that, when drawn, completely changed the meaning of the blood mark. I guess? Your Honor, if you'll please direct your attention to this new drawing I've made. It's just dick butt. Let's pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? You know, you hate to say it, but the blue badger was there. What about that piece of plywood? The blue badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well? Well, what? I guess he would have had to move the animatronic covering the locker. Oh. Yeah, no, that if the handprint was there before, that means that a different murder took place before. Okay, I see. The realization. That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. What? So that means... just what exactly does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Fuck is this fucking fruit fly? I swear to God, it's been here for days. I thought you were slapping Emma. No. On that afternoon,
Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. Batman.
so that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room. Oh, it's coming together. The autopsy. You thought I forgot about the autopsy. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. Oh, he really is blocking it the whole time. The problem is the other time. Someone redeemed the 100K banana reward for a mortal fruit fly that tortures Austin. Low-key. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous. I refuse to believe you. They're getting into it. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Surmise, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was disguised as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Do you know that nobody really knows where the word balderdash comes from? Is that true? Will the defense please present this evidence? Pretty please. Lord have mercy. What shows when the first crime took place? Brother, the fucking autopsy report. And this is the proof. It's quite simple, you see. If it's so simple, then don't get it wrong. Huh? Huh was an exception. What? How is that not the... What? First crime took place before the Blue Badger was brought into the room, right? When was the Blue Badger brought there, anyway? Don't we have a time chart among... Oh, I mean, I guess. Fuck off. I feel like I could have used the fucking autopsy report. It proves that it could have happened any time in that hour. Dumb as shit. The crime took place inside the evidence room, and the perpetrator would have had entered the room. In order to do so, an ID card is required. ID card. Oh! The ID card record. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I never figured you had nerve, boy. Put off the act, Whitney. Are they saying he murdered it? It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. And unfortunately, that's not physically possible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's take a look at this chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 7777777. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Officer Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. Did I forget a 7? Fuck. He went in with 7777777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777777777. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Fuck! I didn't forget 27. Shut up! I did it right, dude. Shut up. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. Minor nosebleed. I know he switched those numbers. One 7 too many, Your Honor. Fortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. I'm getting physically attacked by the fruit fly now. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 777. Sorry, that's Edgeworth, not Marshall. The ID number 7777777. That was right. Good look. 7777777. I counted it. It's 7 sevens exactly. Fucking tell me. Okay. Belongs to someone with the rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. You don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. How? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge was filed against an executive, and it's accepted, an official charge... You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Fuck, is this gonna incriminate her again? Don't be stupid, she's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. No, fair enough. It's not 7. Okay. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SO9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Well... Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Oh? Lana, I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Oh, the poor police officer. Held back by the limitations of woke law, protecting criminals, giving them rights. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. What? Why don't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence.
Ooh, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
See, that's what I'm talking about. No. No! Oh god, they're rioting. The facade of the law is slipping from the public. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Fog! They found out that the state has a monopoly on violence! Dude! They mad! They thought the social contract was for forever. Did they fucking kill his brother? Are you saying that they, like, killed him so that they could prosecute this one serial killer? He thought the police force was just one bad apple. He mad. They just found out that the system of law is a tool of the state to control. Now I'm confused because the state has been a means of control for some time now. For a serial killer to die, one cop must also die. For every hour. Net win. Who's to say? I think this is a good stopping point. Actually, I couldn't have asked for a better stopping point because it is currently almost 1 a.m. and I've been streaming for 3 hours, so I'll finish this later. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Depends how long this takes. Anyways, good night, y'all. Bye-bye.